guys, today we are going to be talking about the topic of a nonfiction story. So, the topic is what that story is about. So, together, you and I are going to read a story and decide how we find the topic of that story. So, let's look at the story. So, I am going to skip over the title. I don't want you guys to know about the title yet, because the title often gives the topic away. It tells us what the story is about. But I want us to take the story and then think about what the title should be. So let's get started. All over the world, there are people who grow food. We call them farmers. Some farmers grow plants. The plants they grow are called crops. So this farm is growing grapes. This farm is growing rice. Some farms have animals that will be meat. Some farms have cows for milk or chickens for eggs. Farmers feed and take care of the animals. What farmers grow and how they do it changes from place to place. Farmers in Mexico grow sugarcane. Sugarcane can only grow where it is hot. It has to have lots of water too. Sugarcane is one crop that farmers grow in Mexico. They plant it beside the water if they can. If they can't plant the sugarcane by the water, they have to make a small river to bring the water to the plants. When it is time to pick the sugarcane, the farmers set it on fire. The fire burns all the leaves that the farmers can't use. It gets rid of the bees and the snakes that can hurt the farmers. They put out the fire when they cut down the stems. This is the part of the plant they put out the fire, then they cut down the stems. This is the part of the plant they want. It is made for sugar. Farms in Turkey grow tea. Lots of people in the world drink tea. Tea can only grow where it has lots of rain. Some farmers in Turkey grow tea in the hills. The hills get lots and lots of rain. People have to pick the tea with their hands. They pick it 3 times a year. When they bring the leaves, then they bring the leaves inside to dry. When the leaves are dry, farmers can sell the tea. Farmers in Iceland have cows. In Iceland, it is too cold to grow many plants. Most farmers here have animals, not plants. Some farmers have cows that give milk. Most farms are small. They may have only 30 cows. Iceland does not have a lot of grass for cows to eat. Farmers buy the food for the cows from other places. A lot of milk from the cows is used to make cheese and yogurt. Farmers in France grow grapes. Grapes grow well where it is hot and dry. Grapes are a crop that grows well in France. There is lots of sun to help them grow. Grapes grow on vines. They grow for 3 or 4 months, then they can be picked. Here's a picture of the vine. Most farmers who grow grapes pick them by hand. Some farmers use machines to pick the grapes. Farmers feed us. Some food comes from plants. Some food comes from animals. All food starts on a farm. We have the world's farmers to thank for what we eat. What do they grow? And here's a picture of all the different countries we talked about: Iceland, France, Turkey, and Mexico. We are right here above Mexico in the United States. And then this is where the countries: Iceland, it had sheep, fish, and carrots. France has sugar beets, milk, and cereal grain. Mexico has corn, chickens, and soybeans, and Turkey has hazelnuts, figs, and raisins. Okay, so this story talked about a lot of different things that were grown in a lot of different places, just like this picture shows us. But now we have to think, what do these things and these places have in common? What did this book have in common? There, we talked about cows, but cows were not the main topic of our story. We also talked about grapes, but grapes weren't the main topic of our story. We need something that we talked about on every single page, maybe not directly. So think about it. What did this book have in common? What was this book about? You're right. It was about farming or farms or farmers. If you said any of those three words, you're right. This whole book was about farming and how farming is different around the world. So let me go back to the very first page and show you the title. The title of this story was Farmers Around the World, just like we thought it was. You're right. It's pretty easy to pick out a topic, but you have to make sure you think of what the whole book has in common, not just one thing about the story. Okay, so now that you've practiced one story with me, there's another story for you to listen to about a certain topic, and you need to figure out what that topic is. Fly Guy is the one that's going to teach you about that topic. Once you finish the topic, make sure you go answer the quick check question, which is asking you what the topic of that story is. This is an assessment, which means make sure you do it by yourself and answer, what do you think the topic of that story is? All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you later.